only on 610 CHTN.
Hello and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Jaret Schneider, and joining me by phone today is Deputy Mayor Erin Hogan. Hello, and thanks for joining me today, Deputy Mayor Hogan.
Hey, Jaret. How's it going?
Great. How are you? Erin?
Jaret, hi.
Oh, sorry, Kate, before we get into the questions, I'll give you a chance to run anything down from the past week as well as anything that might be coming up here in the near future.
Well, you know what? I hope that everyone is doing their best efforts to stay warm. It's cold out there. And I think a lot of the updates that I have to do with this cold streak that we've been getting. I'll start with the good news. I mean, something to look forward to. We always look forward to with February coming up, a Winterfest in February, a month-long of celebration to help us get through this cold season. So we're kicking off our Winterfest celebrations on February 1st with fireworks at around 7 p.m. And so I'd just like to encourage everybody to keep an eye to the sky and look out for them and participate in this month-long celebration. And also that, that the Recreation Department is going to be offering an incentive program. And so aside from a number of events and programs that are going to be going on, residents and community groups can apply for this program to host their own event. And so those applications are available at the Recreation Office if anyone is interested. A couple of other things we have going on. We have the Burnt Ridge Trailer Court's storm sewer construction project underway. And that one is, we're replacing we're redoing the drainage system around Osfawagan, Paint, and Mid. It's part of an overall drainage refurbishment of the area. And this week we've been putting in, laying the new main. Next week we're looking at putting in the new catch basins. But again, with the cold weather, there have been a few delays that might be expected if this cold weather persists. But other than that, we're expecting to have the project, completed by the end of the month, which is a really good news for the city of Thompson and for people living in the Burnt Ridge Trailer Court. As we know, drainage has always been an issue in the area, and with the completion of this project, we can expect better drainage next spring. So that's something to look forward to. And lastly, I have a number of things to speak about, but just lastly, I'll provide an update on at our council meeting last Monday. Council approved in principle opening the outdoor rink facilities to support the cold weather strategy that's coming into place through the city of Thompson. And pretty much what this is, as people may have heard or been aware of, is that the city has been working on a cold weather policy for extreme cold for probably over the past year and a half. And we've been working with the homeless shelter in trying to find a strategy to address people that are going to be out in the cold when temperatures reach extreme levels. And so on Monday, Council passed in principle a resolution to provide our rink facilities as options to accommodate the overflow when the shelter reaches capacity. So again, the policy and the details need to be worked out, but this is a good news story. I mean, we've been working on this for a very long time, and it's good to see that we can as a community come together and provide those supports. It's just outright dangerous for people to be outside in the cold when weather gets this way. So again, that's another good news story, but we're still working to develop it and hope to have something to come to council at our next council meeting on the 21st.
204-677-8181. We have Deputy Mayor Erin Hogan, 204-677-8181. Taking your calls. You mentioned the cold weather, obviously, with all of it that we've been having, dropping down to minus 50 at times with the wind chill, a couple of days here and there. Could you remind us of the cold weather policy? You kind of mentioned it right off the top.
Right. Well, the cold weather policy, it's we've been working with the homeless shelter on developing it, and pretty much what we're looking at is a time frame. Somewhere between November and February, when when we get this extreme cold, minus 35, or with the wind chill, I mean, we've been experiencing minus 50 with the wind chill lately, and it's a recognition that it's just dangerous for people to be out in the cold, regardless of the factors that lead them to be there. We need to come together as a community to find ways to protect people, and so the homeless shelter provides a space for that. But the reality is that they reach capacity, and so we need to have spaces, protection in place to accommodate the overflow. And so we've been working out this policy for, a time frame, what's the trigger temperature, and just going over the data and the records, it looks like we have on average, about 30 cold weather event days per year. So it's not a lot. But still, we need to have something in place for when we do reach those periods. So council has come to the table, and we said that we can offer these facilities that, A, aren't in use during the time period that we're looking at overnight, and B, we're heating them anyways. As residents know, we use them for the outdoor rinks, for users of the outdoor rinks to come and warm up and to tie up their skates, and so we heat these facilities anyways, but overnight they're just sitting empty. And so for minimal cost, the city can come to the table and provide these spaces. As far as the details of staffing and how to get clients to the facility, these are conversations that we still need to have in the development of the policy, and we've been working with the homeless shelter and are looking to get other partners on board, such as CMHA and MKO, and to see what we can do together to pool our resources and come up with an effective strategy.
204-677-8181. Now, you mentioned also the city that has been doing recent work on the Brentwood Trailer Court. They've been doing storm sewer construction, as they call it, to help with water runoff. You mentioned hopefully it'll be done by the end of the month here in the next week or two. How is it going to benefit the citizens of the Brentwood Trailer Court?
Well, I mean, as residents who've lived in the Brentwood Trailer Court, myself included, we know that there are drainage issues there, especially in the spring with the water being unable to run off and it piling or pooling. There have always been issues with that, and so the City of Thompson has made a commitment to improve the roads and drainage in the Brentwood Trailer Court, and this is just one of those projects. With the new drainage, residents, especially on Oswego Drive East, Paint Road, and Mid Road, can look forward to better drainage come the spring. And so this is really good news that we're continuing on this commitment and seeing the work completed. The catch basins are expected to be going in next week, and given on what next week's weather looks like, we're aiming for completion by next week, but we are pretty confident that we can that residents can expect that completion by the end of the month.
204-677-8181. We're taking your calls. 204-677-8181. What will it mean for the city and for the residents to have a project like this finished? We know that the city did paving in the area in the Brentwood Trailer Court before in the spring and in the summer.
I'm sorry, Jared, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat that?
Yeah. So what will it mean for the city to have a project like this finished and for the residents, I guess, as well? We know that the city did do a little bit of paving in the Brentwood Trailer Court area before in the spring and the fall and in the summer.
That's right, and it's part of an overall commitment of the City of Thompson to work on the roads in the Brentwood Trailer Court. But one of the most significant issues that we're dealing with is drainage. And residents will know that if you don't address the drainage, then the paving is it's not an effective way to go in and deal with the issues of the roadway in the area. And so we're taking it a piece at a time. And with each budget, we look to see what projects can we do this year. And so we know that as part of the long-term strategies, we have to address the drainage first. And so that's going to be our plan for obviously this year and for the upcoming year. But I would say that the overall goal, we'd love to see paved roads all around the Brentwood Trailer Court, just like we do on other roads in the City of Thompson. So I think it's only fair, but it's going to take a while for us to get there, just to make sure that we are smart about it and we're strategic about it, and make sure that we take care of those drainage issues.
204-677-8181. The city will be giving out their Volunteer of the Year awards in April, late April, in accordance with National Volunteer Week. What does this do for the city to be able to give out such recognition for those people who are deserving?
Well, you know what? This is one of the things that we do with the City of Thompson that I absolutely love. Being the former chair of recreation, you really get to see what type of community groups you work with and the city liaises with, and we have such a strong core of volunteers in the City of Thompson, and we have a lot of people that are so generous with their time. And I think that the Volunteer of the Year Award really strives to recognize that. It strives to recognize the importance of volunteering and really just celebrate the fact that we have these volunteers in the City of Thompson, but really to go and just celebrate individuals that go above and beyond and just kind of give that extra effort. And so I would encourage people to just think about, what they've seen in their own networks and in the community, and to nominate somebody. Nomination forms are available either at City Hall or at the Recreation Department, and I believe that they're also available online. So I would just encourage residents to think about it and to fill out a form. It's not a very long form. Nominations are closing on March 11th, so there's still a bit of time to get some ideas and nominate names. But this is a really good program for the City of Thompson, a really good way to just celebrate and thank the many volunteers that we have.
All right, that'll just about do it for today. I've got a couple other things I'll bring up next week with Mayor Johnson when he's back. But before we'll go, I'll give you a minute to wrap things up.
Okay, thank you, Jared. Just a couple things that I wanted to remind residents about is with this cold weather, you might be looking for an escape or planning a vacation or a holiday. Just in keeping with one of our core values at the City of Thompson, safe operations, I would like to remind individuals just to turn off their water when they're going out of town for those periods. The last thing that you'd want to come back to after a restful holiday is bursted pipes. And so just as a safety precaution, I would just like to remind residents to turn off their water if they're going to be out of town for extended periods. And the other thing, too, is that with the city cleanup crews going around the city and on the roads, just to exercise caution when you're passing the grader and clearing vehicles. I know that sometimes you think that you can squeeze by, but it might actually be wider than you think it is. So just to exercise caution around City of Thompson equipment.
All right, that'll do it for City Beat this week. Make sure to tune in every Thursday at 11:30 for another edition. I would just like to thank Deputy Mayor Hogan for joining us today, and for everyone, have a great Thursday.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Bye.
City Beat will be back next Thursday morning at 11:30 with more of the mayor's take on what's going on.